So 2 or video 2, whatever one you want to call it. As always, your boy Steven Moustaris, and with me, Thomas Chait, the man. And before we get into this video, again, like I just said, this might be my last video when it comes to this studio. It's been the only studio I've done my videos on, and it's a little sentimental, but I'm happy. I'm buying a house. I'm doing bigger things. And let's get into it, man. Let's stick with the WWE. This weekend, a huge weekend. We don't want to go through and predict the entire weekend, but we did want to come on here and predict the Money in the Bank. So, dude, before we get into it, I'm pretty excited for this World Collide thing, but I don't know if there's, like, I can't even lie. I don't know anybody on there other than, the NXT and WWE guys. So,
Yeah.
now I know Vikingo now all of a sudden, but, and, if they count Penta and Rey Fenix and all these guys, sure, I know them now, but I can't sit here and act like I'm some big wrestling fan that knows the Lucha Libre, so I wouldn't even be sitting here talking about it. I feel wrong about it, so let's get straight into it, man.
Fair.
Let's get straight into the Money in the Bank. Let's do it the exact way they probably have the fight order, I would explain, or match order, straight
Yeah.
into it, the women's Money in the Bank. Let's get straight into it, man. What was it? Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, good old, we got Stephanie Vaquer now, Roxanne Perez, and then who else? Am I missing one other person? Julia, Naomi. I think I missed two of them. So, yeah, we got Julia and Naomi. You and I were talking about it. We thought this was going to be low key the NXT versus WWE, roster. And they're almost like hinting towards it already.
You might get a little.
It's 3-3, isn't it? It's Alexa,
Yeah, pretty much.
Rhea, and Naomi, and then you got Julia, Roxanne, Stephanie. Dude, oh my God. Yeah. If this women's evolution card is a real thing that's coming up soon, expect this to be the 3v3. Or you could add Io Sky in there because she's magic too. But who do you got off rip? Who's your, if you had to predict it right off, who do you got?
I mean, Naomi's looking like a threat. She's at the top right now, brother.
I think she deserves it. I'll be honest.
She's doing things she's never done in her career. She's flipped up. She's kind of come out of a shell in a little bit of a way. She's really unleashed a side of her I didn't know existed. I'm pretty impressed. I think she deserves it, and I think she honestly deserves a legitimate chance at being champion.
Oh yeah, I think the fans want it too. I think her performance with Jade in this last, PLE that they call it, I thought she carried, man. I thought she looked amazing at WrestleMania. So I agree, but I'm gonna be upfront with you, man. I'm really afraid here that they're gonna come with this NXT stuff. I think they got a lot to push with Roxanne Perez. Imagine that with the Judgment Day, that over Liv Morgan, Stephanie Vaquer. I mean, you already saw how much they pushed her in, NXT, talking about double champ the first that. She was phenomenal. Looks amazing. She's got the moves. She's talented. They've been using her in Raw quite a bit already. And Julia, I think she's phenomenal, man. I think with how Io Sky's doing and with, Kairi Sane and all the things that we've seen over the years with all these women from Japan and stuff, she's next in line, and she's huge, bro, when it comes to them, Japanese girls at least. So I'm almost thinking one of them are going to win. I hope it's Rhea, if I'm being honest, but again, we talk about it all the time. Rhea's in this rare field that she does not need a belt to be where she is. They don't need a belt on that woman. She's a star. So I think I'm with you, man. I think I wish Naomi was winning, but with Roxanne Perez, her performance, but she broke the record for the longest. I think what they were trying to say how Liv Morgan, did it, but then, oh my God, right after Roxanne Perez did it in the same match. So
It was like 3 or 4 of them right there at the end of that.
I'm thinking Roxanne, because I think Finn Balor's got something big coming up. Her and Finn, I think should have a big thing coming up. I wouldn't be shocked at all if Liv and Raquel almost like try to mess with her, and it almost ends up helping her. I wouldn't be shocked at all. And then, of course, you get Rhea to go on with whoever, good old Naomi. She could always get taken out by Jade, or always this thing going on with Bianca. I think Naomi and Bianca, we don't need a belt for that. So I don't know, man.
I think it's tough to tell. Obviously, we know that they're not afraid to put the briefcase in the hands of a first-year person from NXT. Look at the WWE champion. Tiffany Stratton cashed in, became champion first year ago. She's a top star. Top star. It's Tiffy time, Steven. And
I like how we didn't even. I don't even think we mentioned Alexa Bliss as a winner here. So
no, I don't know. I think she's kind of off. They haven't really done anything with her since she came back. She was at the Elimination Chamber. She was at the Royal Rumble. She hasn't blown me away yet. I mean, we love her, but they haven't really built anything for her yet at all. So I don't think they're going to start with a Money in the Bank briefcase, but I could be wrong. You never know. But I think Rhea Ripley's always in the title picture, so why would you give her a briefcase if she's already always there? I mean, it's kind of tough. Obviously, she's the best in the match, but arguably, but I think it's going to be difficult to get a winner. This women's match, it could go to any one of them. Like you said, there's a legitimate chance any one of these women win.
Yeah, I agree with you. Alexa Bliss booking has been terrible, and I kind of like Rhea right now as this like Batman in the shadows, Batwoman in the shadows, where she's like she's like almost like protecting EO, making sure the order and everything is correct. I kind of like it, man. I'm not gonna lie. And her with the Money in the Bank, she just seems like Drew McIntyre almost like last year. She would just book it that night or the next night that's possible. The first night that it's possible, she would do it. So I'm pretty excited though, man. But let's move on.
Right.
Let's move on. Let's just get over it real quick. We could talk about it for 30 seconds. Just a quick prediction. I'm pretty sure that next match after that is probably going to be the Becky and Lyra.
Okay.
Probably start with 2 women's matches back to back, which I'm never mad at. But my interest level is very low in this match. One thing I could say about the women's Money in the Bank, I'm very blessed that Charlotte and Becky and even Bianca, they're not in it. I'm kind of excited about that. We don't have even Nia. I'm excited to not have the top dogs other than Rhea. So, and no Liv Morgan, which I kind of was wanting, but I think they got stuff cooking and they need to hey, you can win MVP for the next 7 years. We get it, but we got to give the women some love. So
Becky's looking to seek retribution against Lyra for costing her that spot. She's gonna want to take that title.
I think Becky's winning. I think Becky Hogan's coming out. I
think
think this is going to help her, like we just talked about. It's going to help her on her path for the grand, the Grand Slam champion. I think that she just needs to get the U.S. title after that. Charlotte's going to win this too very soon if she cares about. I know she kind of cares about world titles more, but I have a feeling she's probably going to win both. Especially now that Tiffany's kind of got past her. I wouldn't be shocked at all if she's your next U.S. champion just because she wants to. Yeah, I think Becky wins. I thought Lyra did well. Like you said, I think we talked on the phone the other day. You said that she did well 2 weeks ago. And this past week, you're like, I think she went a little too overboard. And I couldn't agree more. This week, I didn't care at all about this. And I love Becky Lynch. I think she's cooking. I think she's ready for a lot of stuff. I think, dude, if she gets a belt on her, that just helps her a lot when she comes over and helps out Seth and all them, because
Exactly.
a woman's going to get involved at some point, and Becky Lynch is going to come out. They're on the same show. It's almost, we're just waiting for it to happen. It's gonna show us here. So anything else you want to say about the fight? I think it could be a good match. I lost all interest. I think we've seen what we could see.
Light potential.
Yeah.
We've seen most of what we can see. Next.
Yeah. Next, so let's get into it. Men's Money in the Bank. Let's get straight at LA Knight, Seth Rollins, Solo Sikoa. Who'd we just forget all day? Andrade. Penta, and good old El Grande Americano. I wish we had a Drew McIntyre appearance in here. I think that would have been sick, but he got hurt. Yeah. He's got to be out of there.
Randy
Kevin
Orton.
Owens would have been sick. They could have really stacked it this year. Could you imagine Randy, Sammy, Kevin? You get CM Punk if they really wanted to with the Seth Rollins and the Drew McIntyre. Oh my! But off rip, dude. If I'm just gonna pick it off rip, I think we talked about it pretty vocally. Seth Rollins is winning. Seth freaking Rollins has got to win this because it's gonna be beautiful, man. It really is. I think he's gonna probably look like he's about to lose. I think I mentioned to you like last week. I would not be shocked at all if this is the moment that we see either Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker legit physically carry Seth Rollins up there to get the win. Wouldn't be shocked at all. This needs to happen. If I say, what's the point of you guys making the greatest group of all time, greatest faction of all time, maybe the arguments that they could be? I think the ceiling is, I don't even think there's a ceiling. I think it's a wide open window. I think it's like one of them new domes that they make that you can open that motherfucker up and that thing's going to go up all the way to the sky. Why would you have him lose? I know CM Punk could come out. That could be awesome. But I think this makes CM Punk beating Seth Rollins for the belt even more exciting. But you tell me, man.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of possibilities for CM Punk. He could go after any world title he wants.
Oh, yeah. If Seth wins it, he's already beat him a bunch, so.
Mm-hmm. It's tough because Seth is, he's at a peak right now and he's got people watching his back, doing his dirty work, doing whatever he says pretty much. So he can kind of get to wherever he needs to be. He thinks he's in the right spot. He's got Paul Heyman working the scene in the back. Nobody knows what he's up to. He's always got something. So the real question is, where's Roman Reigns?
Since
Where
this
is Roman Reigns?
man, I cannot wait. I would not, like we talked about on the phone the other day too, man.
There's a chance Seth Rollins doesn't win this match, and I see it only being because of Roman Reigns leaving that briefcase to one other man. I really don't think they're going to strap it on El Grande Americano. I think it'd be great, but they won't do it. But there's only one other man I think can hold that briefcase in the match, and it's L.A. Knight.
Yeah. Oh my dude. That's my heart. That's who I want to win. Now here's something I've just started cooking up in my head while you were talking. I don't think it's even something I've thought about yet, but it's gonna happen. We have Seth Rollins in this match, right? We have Solo Sikoa in this match. Jacob Fatu is going to make an appearance in this match. I promise you about that. Are we going to get another stare down between Jacob Fatu, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed? Or since Bronson Reed helped Jacob, is that not going to be a thing? Are we not going to get Jacob? Are we going to get the three big boys in that ring at one time? Or even outside the ring? Because I'd be, this is another chance like another chance like a Rumble where you don't have 30 guys, but you can make so many magical things happen when you got 6 different guys from different shows doing different things with different storylines. Yeah. Dude, and the way WWE has been just going overboard on all these shows, I wouldn't be shocked at all if we get something so cool like that. But
I don't know. It's tough to say. They could go any direction with a little bit of help, but you never know.
God. LA Knight wins this. I wouldn't be mad. El Grande Americano wouldn't be mad. Oh my God. That'd be kind of cool.
But you never know. But
Karrion Kross comes out and ruins it. But yeah, let's finish this out. Let's get this done with. Let's get the tag team match that supposedly, like you said, is supposed to be closing out the show. So it makes me think big things are going to happen after this match.
World champions?
Cody Rhodes in 4 letters. One word. Yeah. We got Jey Uso, the champ, against John Cena, also the champ, the main champ, the real champ, and the last real champ. With the worst one ever, Logan Paul. And I like Logan. I honestly do. I think the pulverizer is one of the nastiest moves in the game.
Filthy.
But
he's great. Let's be honest, he's great. But
before we predict this match,
he's also got the ick.
Before we predict this match, is Logan Paul only in this because Travis Scott and The Rock and all that just decided to kind of just leave Triple H hanging? Is this why Logan Paul's in? Because why is Travis Scott not in this one?
I don't know. I've seen some of that, but I don't know. You know, it's kind of tough. He might have backed out, but at the same time, you have 2 top wrestlers. If you're going to put Travis Scott in the ring, you don't want to put him in there with the best of the best. You're going to want somebody actually who's a wrestler.
John Cena and Logan Paul are winning this match. Bang! I said
Correct.
it. I said it. They're going to win this match.
You're not wrong.
I think because John Cena is definitely going to lose here at some point. It's going to be most likely his last match, maybe second to last match. They might build like one more hero match out of him in December against like The Rock or Randy or not Randy. It would make sense because Randy's the hero. You know, somebody. Maybe he comes back and he does something or he saves somebody. I think he might have one match, but he's going to lose this belt at some point. He's going to lose at some point to Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, one of them. And this is just another way to get him another win. It's not that important. There's no belt on the line. So now he leaves this. Logan Paul leaves this. They look amazing. They're like, oh my God, they went from looking terrible just last week where they weren't on the same page to now they get the win. But ultimately, the fans are going to get the win whenever Jay at Night of Champions or Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam or whatever it may be happens and John Cena finally loses or they change him to become good again. Whenever that finally happens, we're going to see it. But this is just easy win for John Cena, Logan Paul.
Correct. I agree. 1, because exactly what you said. 2, because we all know Jey Uso is not losing that title on Monday night. Gunther could try, but it ain't happening. You ain't running it back yet. But so I think that's another reason why they're going to kind of lose this match. He's going to be able to retain, turn right back up, and go into the next thing for him, which really could still be a lot of different directions because Jey Uso, like we said, has been so active and has a lot of contention.
Now, we're going to finish this up, but just one last question, and this is from stuff we've already talked about. I do want to say just a little hint out there for wrestling fans. If you are going to watch the World Collide matches and whatnot, if Stephanie Vaquer or Chad Gable, I guess, is in that, but I think if either of them take a loss in that match. I wouldn't be shocked at all if they end up becoming the winners of Money in the Bank later that night. Wouldn't be shocked at all. Like that's something I would probably look
No,
out for.
100%.
But I think that they probably both win it, Worlds Collide, and then just take little salty L's just because other people or something. So I'm pretty excited, man. And who am I to even
it's
say
gonna
Chad
be great.
Gable and
We'll
El Grande
find out.
Americano were the same guys? Not like they were in the same boots. He just borrowed them.
Borrowed
So-
him, stretched him out. He said it's no big deal. He's happy to help out a friend.
But yeah, one last thing. We did this in damn near 15 minutes on the dot. 15 minutes, 16 seconds right now. One last thing. Any predictions for
real-
Friday Night SmackDown? Are we getting anything, any last
got
addition?
two
There's
more.
only 4 matches
We got
right now.
Two more things in that case. Because Friday Night SmackDown, I don't have many predictions. I think we got maybe a spicy face-to-face with all 4 of those guys in that tag team, but that's all I really see coming out of it.
Okay, dope. What's the second thing?
And potentially a Money in the Bank face-off where all the contenders are in the ring, but I really don't know. Number 2 on the day, which deserves to finish it out because it's the most important. If you stayed through the whole video, you deserve to hear this. We want our truth. A guy who's been in the company for 25 years. Of course, there's been some gaps in there. Not a big deal. He's always been dedicated. He's always done his job. He always shows up. He's willing to play whatever role they give him and do whatever they tell him to. And they're just going to cut him and let him walk. If he asks for a little bit more, which is what I heard, I think he's worth it. I mean, the guy is the best comic relief character they have ever had in the history of their company. And they just let him walk away. So,
There's 30-minute. There are 30-minute
tough.
compilation videos of him breaking every
There's
superstar
a
out
lot
there.
of stuff they could have done with him. There's a lot of stuff they could have continued. He could have went off. He could have went to SmackDown. He could have did something with The Miz again. He could have went off, another person who's about to be released. He could have went off and had the storyline that I've wanted for months, potentially a year with Damian Priest, maybe helping him out at some point. That's something we never really got. I mean, but it is what it is. They make their decisions. Hunter's not going to hit 10 for 10. He's not going to hit everything perfect. He's not going to, nobody does. But it's kind of just disappointing because he is one of those guys, and, they are loyal to the legends. They're bringing them all back for the shows. They're doing this, they're doing that. What's $1 million to R-Truth when you're a $1 billion company?
Oh, my God.
Multi-billion dollar. I understand, but at the same time, he's bringing in revenue. The Ron Cena shirt, I'm sure it was popping off.
Fire.
Everybody
Fire.
loved it. We want R-Truth. That's all I have to say.
I totally agree. I'm a little torn because I can see where if we look at the whole pattern of the NBA, the NFL, really the NFL, even some more so my favorite sport, MMA, the UFC, I can understand why they let go of the older guys. Hey, it's time for these younger folk, these young 19, 20-year-olds with the D's. I can understand that, but in such a great, because I never want to down wrestling, what's professional wrestling. It is as real as it gets, like the UFC says. But for it being whatever you want to call, however you want to call it, fake, whatever you want to call it, already scripted, whatever, there's already a outcome that's already pre-taped ready and everything. He deserves it, man. He deserves to be there. Yes. And like you said with The Miz, these guys could have left years ago under Vince McMahon. They could have went to, New Japan. They could have went to all these new TNAs and all these AEWs. Dude, The Miz, yeah, sure, he's a couple-time world champion and whatnot, but dude, come on now. He could have been a superstar anywhere else. R-Truth could have been a superstar anywhere else. They've stayed here forever. And to see, I would be afraid if I'm anybody in there, man. I'd be afraid if I was a lot of people. You got to think, if you're somebody like Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, you can name a lot of people around that age right now where you're just you're a huge pop, but at the same time, you're nothing that a Javon Evans or, whoever you want to call from, a Trick Williams. You're a 2 of them away from us not really mattering. Because I whoop that Trick, I'm going to listen to that over, whoa, whatever it is, whoa, whatever we're getting with Sammy. But it is terrifying in a way. And I can understand why somebody like Karrion Kross as well has been going off and going crazy about people like Logan Paul getting opportunities and all these things. You guys don't care about these legends. You guys have been proving to us that you guys only care about that hit of that number with Speed coming over, with Mr. Beast, with Logan Paul's Prime. Well, dude, we know you guys. You having the rappers come in, we know you guys only care, but you got to set an example for these guys. What happens? What if you're Seth Rollins right now, Roman Reigns, any big guy? What if you get like a pretty severe injury right now, and they go, "Oh, he's a wounded horse. Let him go. He was 8 million. We're never gonna get that out of him again in that year." Like,
Yep.
I'd be pretty terrified right now if I was these wrestlers, man. And like, there's not many
That's,
places to go currently.
unfortunately, it's always been the case. They've never really had kind of that coverage or protection. That's why
No.
it's nice to see them making a little bit more money, but they're really not making that much more unless they're a top superstar.
And, like,
Poor
dude,
Zoe Stark, luckily she didn't get cut right before she blew
sad,
that knee out
man.
because, woo, she was close.
And now they can't cut her because of that. But dude, like, there's not even like a couple years ago, you could have went to AEW, made some good money, and been a star. They're even letting people go, and WWE's picking them up for change, chump change,
Yeah.
man. Then they're buying TNAs, they're buying all these, and from that memo, that it sounded like Triple H said about people need to start losing their Japanese. I mean, I'm telling you right now, they about to buy New Japan. Where are these guys gonna go? They're gonna control it all. The monopoly,
Yeah.
the monopoly of this is
2.0.
just, man, it's terrible. But
First time it was Vince taking over territories, and now it's Triple H and Stephanie taking over the wrestling industry, the entire thing over global.
well, hell yeah, dude. Let's get off this thing. Let's get some video games in because it's late at night. I've been moving shit all day, packing
so
shit.
am I.
I would like to do a video Sunday. Hopefully, I got my new studio set up by next Wednesday. And I don't even know if my studio is going to be as nice as it is now, but at least my house is way nicer. So, it's always your boy, Steven Moustaris, Thomas Chait in this mo. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Whoop.